up in the club, doing whatever I like. I'm gonna be popping that bubbly.
Popping this pussy. Hi, Zoe.
Don't make me uncomfortable.
You make me uncomfortable.
You make me uncomfortable.
You make me. No, you.
God, I'm so white.
That's okay.
We'll just hide the whiteness behind the white pillow.
Add extra white. How are you? Welcome back. Go ahead.
To the...
I was saying welcome back to you.
Oh, thought you were going to say welcome back to the Irrelevant Podcast.
Welcome back to the Irrelevant Podcast.
To our tens
I don't know what episode we're at.
of viewers.
My tens. My maybe 1 viewer. Maybe.
Christian thought I got recognized in a store today from the podcast.
It's so fun. It's so funny having the mentality of like, I have a podcast now, I'm famous, people recognize me in public.
I was standing in... So, Christian was making me lunch.
As I usually do.
Yeah. And I was standing in Rayleigh's picking up hot dog buns and mayonnaise. That'd be weird out of context.
Just that. We just had hot dog buns and mayonnaise.
It's
for
no
lunch.
hot dogs. Just the buns and the mayonnaise.
I'm carb loading.
And I walk up into the self-checkout line, and some dude, like, was actively, like, he looks at me, does the normal stranger thing, like, gives a nice little smile, and then I just notice I'm behind him. I notice him going...
Eyeballing this, like, triple taking.
He looked at me 3 times. And I'm sitting here looking at him like this. Like, eyes wide open, like, can I help you? Like, I would... Restraining order damn near terrified me. And he was actually really nice, but he's like, I'm so sorry. I watched this YouTube video, and it's about, like, firearms, and he's like, and there's this girl that is on one of the channels that I watch, and he's like, you look just like her. And I was
and I'm
like,
on the phone, I'm like,
yeah.
Did he recognize you from the podcast?
Yeah, he's
my
literally
mom's
on the
giggling
phone.
in the background.
And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, so if you're into firearms, like, look up this name. I already forgot the name. He's like, look up this name. You'll see what I'm talking about. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I saw you. And I was like, is that her? Like, I was like, oh. I'm like, I thought you were looking at me funny. I was like,
dude, you're famous, getting recognized now.
I should just claim I'm that girl.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, you want to come on the channel? Why are you hiding your vape? As if the camera can't see it. I'm still sticky from yesterday, which is also an out of context sentence to say.
I don't want to hear about you being sticky.
You want to talk about what we did?
I'm going to fix my hat.
Fix your hat.
Christian's head's too big. Put this on.
I'm going to make a short of just you taking off your hat.
Yeah.
It's on.
That was a struggle for you to get that on.
That hurt.
Christian's head's too big for most hats.
I can't wear a hat. I don't like wearing hats in general, but
Unless it's a beanie.
I could only wear one beanie that has ever fit me, and it's a Carhartt beanie. And yeah, I have a big head. I
like wearing hats because when my hair's dirty, they're easier, but I could never find hats that, like, actually look good with my face shape. Well, some do, but there are some that I'm just like, you look busted. So I finally was like, I'm going to give into the white girl supremacy and get one of these. And I show up to Bass Pro. They're like $6.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a hat.
Most hats are like $50.
Well,
depending
if
where
you get it in New York on a New York Yankees hat, sure.
Well, yeah, but like if you get baseball caps or like...
But that's just like
just basic brands, like good hats, they're like $50. And these like aren't bad quality. So I was like, fuck it. Like, let's try this out. And it actually worked out in my favor. So I want to buy all the colors.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways.
For $6?
Yeah.
You just like text me one day. You're like, so I went on a spending spree. I go, what'd you get? And you just send me hats. I bought in every color.
But
what did we do yesterday?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
It was your idea.
In case y'all didn't that didn't feel right.
Y'all didn't know.
That didn't feel right coming out of my mouth. In case you guys didn't know, Christian is a photographer.
Cheers.
You should insert the whoa, yeah.
No, I should insert the oh my god, daddy.
No, you should insert the clapping from Disney Channel.
Just the woo from like Nickelodeon shows.
Yeah. And basically he does pictures. That's
what photographers do, yeah.
I was gonna go somewhere else with that, and then it came out weird. And I usually model for him, and what did you say? You said something about me being more of the creative shoots?
Yeah, because, like, I have, a handful of, like, normal people I shoot with, and you're normal definitely people. More, like, regulars. God. And you're more artistic, so we got to do more artsy type shit that isn't of the norm, I would say, usually. Yeah, like, one of the photo shoots, I had to stick flowers in my pants. You can just like insert. I feel like clips. Those are pretty. I feel like that's a pretty common shoot. Yeah, well, But most people probably just do that off like their iPhone or whatever. The most common ones we've done is the beer pics, and the flowers. You can insert pictures from these. Beer pics. Oh yeah. Like the beer poster trend. Yeah. And then for my birthday last year, we did. Pity party photo shoot. I'm gonna use that sound as a censor. So it was basically like sad girl birthday type vibe. Yeah. And then this year, well, most recently we did one a couple weeks ago. I was covered in paint. I don't know the entire vibe behind that one. That was more his idea. That was just something I found. Mostly it's like shit we find on Instagram or Pinterest. Be like, let's do it. Yeah. And then twist on it. Yesterday, I've seen this trend where you basically cover yourself in honey. I feel like people are not going to understand unless you're like, put a picture for like the YouTube. Dropping context. So you're covered in honey and you're taking pictures of your face up close covered in honey. So I've been wanting to do something like that for a long time. I've seen those trends all around, but I finally was like, Christian, for my birthday, why don't we do something fun and different? It was very sticky, and the amount of honey I ate, I actually don't think I can ingest honey for a while. I was gonna throw up yesterday. And like it was a lot. Yeah, in between takes, like I was scooping it out of my eyelashes, and then I was like, he had a little spit cut for me to spit the honey into. She's like, I can't swallow anymore. And then hit it out. So you just see like the backdrop, and then it's a trash bag that Christian ripped open for me to sit on. Mm. So I'm drenched in honey. It's in my hair. It's in my eyes. Sort of burning my eyes at one point. And then the spit cup, my water bottle, my vape. So, like, in between takes, I would spit the honey out. And there was also, like, a bunch of towels, like, one wet towel. Your face, yeah. Spit it out. Wipe the face, spit it out, take a sip of water. Like, it was chaotic. And then at the end of it, I was like, Christian, I need your help getting this honey out of my hair. So we had the bright idea of just having me, this was my idea again, stick my head, like, sit on the edge of the bathtub and lean back. So like your eyes are facing towards the ceiling. Which is, I guess, normal in your industry because that's how you sit when you wash people's hair. I just figure that most people know how to wash people's hair, but some people don't. Sometimes you try and turn your head to help them get the side of your head and they waterboard your ear. And then you're 100% your own fault. Drowning and the water was scalding hot. So I'm sitting there, head fully clothed on the floor of Christian's bathroom, covered in honey. I'm just holding the fucking shower head, leaning my head back. Yourself. And he's trying to help, and all of a sudden I just feel his hands like right here, and I'm like, just hold the hose. Like, I was trying to get a knot on your face. And so I finally was like fuck this. So I turn around, so now I'm like leaning into the bathtub, and he's like spraying it on top of me. And you just turn your fucking head.
I'm not even. You're like, just hold it still. I'm holding it still. And you fucking turn your head, and I see water just fill up your ear. It was so fucking funny.
It was so hot too. The water was so hot, and then we sat there in the bathroom for like 20 minutes, I think.
That was my fucking chest was hurting for how much I was laughing.
Mine was hurting because of the way that I was trying to lean into the bathtub, just from uncomfortable pain physically, and then
yeah, my tub doesn't have lumbar support.
Scalding hot water, my ears being drowned. It didn't help anything.
Oh my god, dude!
Christian and I just kept laughing at each other. And the aftermath pics I don't want to see those on here. Those are so embarrassing. But the aftermath pics, it's like he was trying to do cute behind the scenes, and basically the ones he got was a picture of me covered in honey, saying Zoe looks like she got gangbanged by a bunch of bees.
Yeah.
And then it was.
I only posted one photo. I said Zoe looks like she just got gangbanged by a bunch of bees.
I think you got one kind of cute one where I was sitting there with it, and it was like the honey jar. And, it was like of my leg. But the other ones were like honey all over the trash bag and my eyelashes that I ripped off once we were done.
Oh, yeah. I got like one cute little like BTS before we started. And then when we were done, there was just like on the trash bag, which I learned from the paint shoot because it was all over my floor afterwards. I'm like, I don't want to clean up. So, put a bag down. There's just honey all over the bag. Your fake lashes. And, like, the honey jar. I'm like, this is a weird aesthetic photo, but I'm going to take it.
It was like a fucking crime scene. Like, we just tortured a bunch of bees. Like, like we were in the mafia.
So good.
And, like, the pictures turned out really good. So, it was kind of worth it, but... if I were to ever give anybody advice if they wanted to do the honey photo shoot, don't put so much honey on your face because it's really not necessary.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a lot.
Hold on, I gotta reply to this.
Uh-oh. You trying to do your taxes right now or something? Gotta play your cooking games?
No.
Sponsored. Not sponsored. Not yet. Uh-oh. Anyway, yeah, it was messy. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was far less messier than the paint, which I figured it would be less. I figured the honey would be more just because it's sticky and thicker. But alas, we prevailed. What you doing over there, buddy? Zoe's not a very multitask orientated brain.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Just, I think, because I feel like I ended up liking the pictures where I wasn't fully drenched more than anything.
Like, I get the vibe of it, but, like, some of it's just laughable.
Just impractical for the most part. I mean, honestly, though, I was worried about the honey coming out of my hair, and it came out pretty quick. Like, it really wasn't.
Dude, that scalding hot water.
Yeah, just burned my scalp.
It's alright. You don't need it for that long. That was fucking funny, dude. I'd laugh. So I text Zoe this morning. I was just like turning on my shower and just giggling because of the fucking aftermath.
Yeah, it was. I haven't even washed my hair yet, if I'm being honest.
It still looks good.
Well, I mean, if it felt like disgusting when I got home, I was going to, but I'm like, I don't really need to because I was going to wash it today. Well. And
I woke up sticky after my shower.
Well, I got back in the shower when I got home. I just didn't wash my hair.
Yeah.
Because it didn't need to. But, yeah, definitely don't go in ham with pouring honey on your face.
I think the funniest parts of it was, like, the giant dollops of honey in your eyelashes. There's one picture that I looked at that was, like, it's pretty good quality because I was so, like close to you. It's, like, it's all honey all over the place, and you could just see the veins in your fucking eye. From where the honey probably is burning you.
Like, I'm going to show you what my favorite ones are. Because they honestly, I think, are some of my favorite pictures we've ever done.
You say that every shoot.
Yeah, but like the quality of these is just amazing.
Yeah.
Like this one, by far a favorite. This one's a favorite.
I'll have to post these for the video.
I like this one because but like I like this one too, but it's not my favorite. Like I feel like I could have just done a little bit. This one, not that one. This one was really cool.
See, that one was funny because like it was such like a impromptu, like you were just laughing. And I like zoomed in on like half your face and just like took a shot and you're like, love that.
See, like there was one that I just like, I like this one, but I definitely didn't need to go as ham with it.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to like water down honey, but you can't really because it's different density.
But by far this one, my top two are this one, or top three I should say. This one, and this one.
Yeah, the hand one was good.
So
good times.
I feel like I should make my Instagram public, so if you guys go look at my Instagram.
I just realized like not that long ago your Instagram's not public.
Yeah.
You should make it public because I tag you in all this shit.
I guess should I do that now?
Whatever you want.
You heard it here first, live and on the podcast.
Zoe's going live in 10
I'm going
seconds.
public. How do I do this? Settings.
Settings, probably privacy. Ugh.
Account privacy. I feel weird making it public.
You don't have.
It's public.
You heard it here first. Zoe is public.
I guess I should because it also has my beauty page in it. So, yeah, if you guys check this out, September 11th.
Our Instagrams are very, like, set up the same where we just, like, cross-pollinate all of our shit. Because we have, like, our regular account and we have our, like, business account, I suppose.
Yeah.
Free Yeti bowl for dogs. Crazy. Zoe's taking an Instagram story. You could see live if you follow. And you could see my jank-ass production. Tee. Alright, don't blow out the audio. Your cameras are dirty.
I'll post that later.
Yeah,
my Instagram's public now. Go follow me, Zoe_.
Or if you're my parents, you just call her Zoanne because they think that's your full name.
Or Alonzo.
Yeah, my dad calls her Alonzo.
You could just start calling me Zoloft.
Zoloft.
That's the medication.
That's such a good one.
That's the one I take.
Why didn't I think of that? My dad thought your name was short for something, which is a stupid thing to think, and started calling you Alonzo.
But he didn't believe that it was short for Zoanne, which would make more sense than Alonzo.
And then my mother thought your full first name was Zoanne, one word, because your middle name's Ann, and your Instagram is Zoe Ann.
My name is like in that weird spectrum where it's like, it's not, there's nothing you could really make it longer, but it's...
Besides Zoloft.
But it like confuses people because then people don't know if it's Zoe or Zoe because of the way it's spelled. My name is like a interesting name, but it's just kind of weird the way that people interpret it. You know what I'm saying?
No. I feel like you have one of the rare names that people like there's no way you could fuck up.
You'd be surprised.
I am surprised. Like, I only see your name spelt like that, Zoe, or I see it spelt with like I think it's like the German character with the E with the two dot, or the O with the two dots above it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people call me Zoe, which is fine. Like, some people that don't, like my friends call me that, but then some people that don't know me may read my name and they're like Zoe because there's no Y or there's no like dots above the E or anything like that, or Zoie. Like, there's so many different spellings to it.
I feel like I've known more Zoes without the Y.
I don't know, but a lot of the world thinks that I
101.
spell my name wrong because of Zoe 101. But my manager/coworker, Allie, every time that somebody calls the salon and they're like, I'd like to make an appointment with Zoe, she goes, you mean Zoe?
She that aggressive?
She gets like, that's how she says it to me.
like, she's like, yeah, they called for Zoe. And I said, do you mean Zoe? Like, she gets more offended by people saying my name wrong than I think I do.
I mean,
I think it's hilarious. I mean, but
I don't have any friends with, like, complicated names, so it's not like I can get mad on their behalf, though.
Yeah. I mean, people think I say my name is Debbie when I'm on the phone. I've gotten Chloe, Debbie, Joey.
I've gotten Christian, Christ, stupid asshole, bitch ass,
dumb whore.
Yeah.
Christmas. I have like
stupid bitch. Not you. You're like scratching.
I was like, damn.
Anyway.
I'm just going to buy all the hat colors and wear them on every single podcast.
Just don't say anything about it to see if people notice.
Yeah. As we just said.
Yeah. Well, they'd have to listen to this episode and then remember weeks in advance. Don't show your feet on the podcast. I'll have to charge extra.
This podcast costs 50 cents.
No, it'd be more than that. Way more.
500.
No, way less. Probably like a 20
cents.
What else is new?
I downloaded new games.
Okay. What'd you got?
I got puzzle games.
Puzzle games should just sponsor you as a genre.
I got my friend Kara hooked on puzzle games. I was playing it once in front of her and she was like, what is that? And I was like, it's this. So she downloaded it. It was my coloring one. And then a couple days ago, I was playing a different one. And she texted me. She goes, how did you get the words? And so I sent it to her. So now I'm just going to keep updating her every time I get a new game.
Soon you're going to be like with a... You really are kind of have that like grandma mentality. Just like an iPad playing like word search or like color games.
It brings me so much joy.
You're already entering your grandmother era.
Yeah.
At 23.
Like, people know that if I'm not replying to you, it's most people. Probably because I'm playing a game and I'm in my bed.
If you're not on Do Not Disturb and you're not responding, you're absolutely playing a puzzle game.
Yeah. Or my cooking game.
Yeah, how far are you? What's the progress like on that? Well, now that you asked.
Now that you brought it up, but let me
play a couple levels.
Pop in here real quick. See, I'm going to show you all my games. There's a couple that I used to play that I downloaded that I haven't
first episode all over again.
So I have Art Puzzle.
Okay.
That's
none of these are sponsored.
That's one of my new ones. Logic Puzzles and Nonogram. Those three are like from the same creator.
Okay.
So they're all pretty similar. I need to delete this one because this one's stupid. I have Gardenscapes, Cooking Diary, Fun Escape Room.
Okay.
Wordscapes. I haven't tried Travel Town. I have Project Makeover and Evermerge. I was super into Evermerge for a while. It's like a little village. You want to see it?
I feel like I've seen ads for it.
But look at my village. I put a lot of effort into this one for like a solid 6 months. Like I go through like phases where I go through like one game and I'm like, yeah. And then I like get bored of it.
She's a little gamer girl. Only on the phone though.
I've actually been kind of wanting to buy a Switch.
You should.
I need to save money for it first.
I don't know how much they are nowadays, but you could probably find one for like $200.
They are like $200, which isn't bad. I could save that pretty fast, but I just don't want to use my paycheck to buy it.
I should just con my sister into letting you. I mean, you use mine if you want.
Your Switch?
Yeah, if you just want to like play with it.
Just see what it's like.
Yeah.
Is it like the actual little handheld one?
Yeah. Well, like, no, I guess that's wrong. So I think there's like two different versions. One that's just the handheld, and there's the other one that's just like $100 more, that comes with the dock.
See, I don't want all that.
I just want handheld. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So this is my little village.
Nice.
You basically combine things, and you earn points. Merge. So like, and then you get you make these little people food, and they give you presents, and then you craft this, and it gives you presents.
I hope one day you just you make like a YouTube channel where you review like mobile games. And like you don't explain it well. You go, so like this is that, and you just like click this and like you merge it. And then it gives you people food.
I thought about texting you the other day. The Yetis are back.
What?
For my game. So this one, I've had this game since like 2018, and I got, like I said, I got really into it for a long time.
It's your 34-day reward.
So today I get 2 diamonds.
Nice. I think I say 2 dinosaurs.
And then, no, I don't want to buy anything. No. It's the only thing that really bugs me.
All the pop-ups.
So let's go through. So this has like a new thing where you can get little assistants, but you have to play their little side game.
Okay.
And you get these little things to play it. So this is my next one, because my first assistant was Johnny.
Johnny Sins?
Johnny
Sins?
And then I played hers, and I got her. I can't remember how I got him. He's the arch nemesis in the game.
Okay.
You're supposed to beat him. So
What's his name? Carrington?
Creighton.
Creighton?
Let's feed my little...
Falafel? Your little Demogorgon?
Yeah.
Pet thing?
Yeah. See, if you
Outstanding.
Feed him, he gives you like little banknotes, so you can buy like stuff for your restaurant with that. And then... See, these are all my outfits.
Are those like one of those games, like if you have friends with it, like you could help a brother out type shit?
Yeah. So like, these are so they give you, so I connected my other one that I have. So you help them. You can like go to their house and get little gifts.
So like if I start playing, I could send you shit and help a brother out?
Yeah. This is Megan.
Oh, you got Megan onto it? Yeah. It's funny.
She sees me play it all the time at work. This is Megan. She has a freaking afro. And if you want,
she has very poofy hair.
Her. And then this is my other one.
You got Zoe, Megan, and Zoe. Nice.
And Creighton.
Creighton.
Yeah. My other account, I have more friends. And then you have little guilds, like teammates.
Okay.
And you play with, like, you each play your own game, but you earn points for it or whatever.
Right.
So if you go in here, we're in the Bronze League. We're not doing too well.
Cooking Diary podcast.
Every time somebody, like, they won a jackpot in the wheel, so it gives you
earnings.
And then they won Creighton's challenge, so it gives you banknotes.
So everyone kind of benefits from.
Yeah. And
I know how guilds work.
Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted.
Daily double.
So then there's the food trucks. Oh, I need to play the food truck before it dies. The food truck, right now it's their 5-year anniversary of having the game.
What?
So I think I got...
It's like your 5th anniversary of playing the game.
So, like, you can do this. Like, you earn points for it. You know, your little...
I love going on cooking game tangents.
And then you go to your map.
Then we got a lot of progress to do.
Challenge. See, I got to do this. Yeah, see, it's like a whole world. They've, like... So then you get...
I thought you were a lot more further.
Profit. I'm pretty far in. It just takes a while.
Steak Island. I want to go to that island. California. And now you're on Broccoli
Bro. I have to open this restaurant, but I don't want to do it yet.
Why?
Because I want to complete this one first.
Oh, you're a completionist, huh?
So, this is like, if you go here into like your profile, you can hit, you can hit your little thing. You can get up to the top. So see, I'm at the top of all my
but all those
restaurants.
are all... Oh.
So
like
my goal lately has been to like get to the top of that and then complete these. But yeah, you just like move through the storyline, and then the more levels you complete, you get like different stuff like this. So like if I complete his challenge, then I get 40 of these little stars to complete Johnny's thing. You're wearing the same outfit from yesterday.
Yeah. I should have worn my orange shirt, too. So I look like a pumpkin. So I have this friend. Okay. Well, like friend of a friend. Friend I met through another friend, as they say. Who had a birthday like mid this month. And has celebrated the past 4 weekends for her birthday. Like the first weekend, she went to Hard Summer, which is like a musical festival, I think in LA area. The second weekend, she went to Disneyland. The third weekend, she went to Splash House, which is this like couple hotels in Palm Springs, pretty much has like a Project X style pool party for like a couple weekends out of the summer. That was the third weekend. The fourth weekend, she had a huge ass house party. And I texted her, I said, what are we doing for next weekend? She goes, nope, we're done. I go, what, you don't want to party every weekend until the rest of the year?
That's so funny. I love that she used like every single one for her birthday.
So, like, had the whole birthday sash and everything.
See, I'm kind of doing something similar, but like not to that extreme. I'm going to Country in the Park on the 9th. But I'm not like,
it's not like, it's my birthday.
Yeah, like I'm not doing
Buy
that.
me a drink.
And then, I mean, I will if I have to, but like, it's not going to be like crazy out there. And then the day before my birthday, we're doing brunch with just like my closer friends. And then my actual birthday, I'm actually not doing anything.
Well, you work on that day, don't you?
Huh?
Isn't that Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually how it goes. Like, my birthdays are almost always on a weekday. I'm like, I'll just do shit on the weekend.
Yeah. So Monday, I think I'm just having a family dinner. Dustin will probably come. And then the following weekend, you're throwing a party.
Well, I guess. I'm hosting a party for you.
That's what I meant.
I won't be like, party at my house.
Yeah, I was originally wanting to throw a party at my house, but my family has too much going on, so.
Party at my house.
We're having
all
it here.
7 viewers could come.
How much? So you have a Costco card?
Yeah.
You could probably go get Costco pizzas.
Yeah.
How much are Costco pizzas?
For like a big one? Well, I guess they only have one size. Probably like $10. They're pretty cheap.
Yeah, Christian and his mom have like taken over this planning. I have no idea what's going on. I haven't ordered anything.
You don't need to. Ah, damn it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
No. What about the pizzas and the alcohol?
We should get a cake that says like congrats on coming out.
What about the pizzas and the alcohol?
Don't worry about it. Alcohol's cheap. We have like a little distillery in my fucking garage, it feels like.
Alcohol's cheap. I just get it from the garage.
Yeah, dude. Not only do we have like, I don't know, 20 gallons of margarita mix.
Ooh.
But we also have like those giant Costco like bottles of alcohol of like, you know, like a handle of Tito's or like that big ass bottle of tequila. We have like 2 of each at all times, just Jay chilling in my garage. I should get Fireball. I don't know why people hate Fireball.
You should get cinnamon Jack Daniels.
Why?
Because that's better than Fireball.
That's the worst.
That's better than Fireball.
No way.
Then I'll get cinnamon Jack Daniels.
If you want.
I probably won't, but
I know you won't.
I requested people bring some seltzers.
Yeah, I said just tell people to bring like a pack of something.
See if they actually do it.
Let's see if they actually do it.
We could still. I can go to Costco with you that day.
You don't have to do a damn thing. Not clickbait. The reason why I said we should go to Early Toast for your like birthday brunch is because they have those gigantic mimosas.
Does Mimosa House not?
I don't. think so. I haven't seen one.
I'd
have to look at the menu, but I don't think so. They have like a bottle of champagne and like 2 juices for like $20. I know.
Well, originally I wanted to do Friends of Benedict's, but that's a little far.
Oh, that place in Eldo?
Yeah.
I don't like that place.
Have you been?
Yeah. It was not good.
Their food isn't good, but they have big ass mimosas and they have like a huge list.
See, but like I could do that shit at home.
Yeah, but like I like Mimosa House because they have good mimosas and they have good food.
And that place is right next to your house, so if we get absolutely shit faced, we could just walk to your house, which I plan on. So hoping to like get shit faced and then retire in your pool for the rest of the day.
Ooh, that could actually be kind of a fun idea. But then it's like almost having 2 parties and I have to have a bunch of people at my house.
No, not really.
I don't know.
Because it's already like a less amount of people. It's like that one day you had like you, Mackenzie, Amber, Caitlin hung out and I came over.
Check the list.
Plus, it's like we're all already going to be so tossed. It's not like
it's
we're
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Plus, like, not a lot of people aren't. Not all those people are going to be like, oh, yeah, let's go swim.
Well, I know for a fact Dustin will, Christian will, Nicole Clayton will, Kara will, Mackenzie, Megan, and her boyfriend will. So, yes, all of them.
I bet Mackenzie won't.
Mackenzie probably will.
I bet Amber won't.
Amber and Caitlin aren't going.
Caitlin definitely won't.
Caitlin's not going to brunch.
Yeah, why?
She got a new job and she works weekends.
Oh, that's right. I guess that makes sense.
She said she would keep me updated, but yeah, as far as right now, Amber and Caitlin can't go to brunch because they both work weekends and they're both new at their jobs.
I work weekends all of a sudden. Just kidding.
No, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't tripping.
Especially with Caitlin because, you know.
She literally just got this job, so.
She's been unemployed for a little bit.
Yeah, and Amber's still, like, at least a couple months into her job, so I'm like, I'm not tripping if you can't go to brunch. This was just something, like, small.
Oh, that's right. She said I can't go to brunch, but I can come to the party.
Yeah, so 2, 4,
Which
6,
is nice to have, like, multiple
8,
events.
9. Yeah, so it'll be 9 of us. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, up to you.
Maybe I should just throw it out there real quick in the group chat. Oh, and my friend Aaliyah.
Your mic audio is going to sound like garbage. But it's like we're already going to be drunk.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want people at my house.
Oh, well, you just said that's a good idea.
Yeah, but...
And it goes, oh, maybe not.
But then I have to, like, worry about, like, my mom. I don't know. I'd rather just wait for the following weekend to, like, do more. Because I'm probably, knowing me, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to think it's a great idea. And then everybody's going to be there. And I'm going to be like, get out.
No, you could just lessen the list. You could just, like, put it on the DL for some people.
Also, I'm cat sitting the 7th through the 17th in Lincoln. So I have to, I'm not even going to be.
On your birthday?
Yeah.
For whom?
A client.
Sus.
Oh my god, her house is so pretty.
Like old person pretty or?
Yeah, like, no, like you wouldn't walk in and think like, you know, it's floral chairs. Like it's actually really, it's very clean. It's on the golf course up in Lincoln.
So she's rich.
Yeah, so I'm cat sitting, so I'll be there for my birthday. But it's a nice house. Maybe I'll just fucking sit outside and chill on my birthday.
You'll be drunk. So
not on my actual birthday.
Oh.
But that day I will be going from her house to Mimosa House, so I just figured it's kind of in the middle for everybody. Cause you're right here.
Well, I mean, I can go anywhere.
My Lincoln friends, Megan.
She have a pool?
No.
Fuck. Come to my house.
No, I know myself. I'm gonna get drunk and want to go take a nap. So.
I suppose trying to take a nap in your pool.
That's what the party's for. Is for people to come here and swim the following weekend and get hammered.
I know, but it's not the same, you know.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm also going out the night before, so.
Party.
If you wanted to know what it's like in daily life for Christian and I, this whole interaction, this is it.
We're like, simple shit just turns into like a back and forth argument for no reason. Yeah. That's like a daily happening for us.
It's
So true.
Absolutely tragic.
So fireball shot? Question mark?
You can get one out of my fridge.
Do you want to take one?
No, I gotta work.
No, you don't.
What time is it? I gotta be at work in 2 hours.
You'll be fine by then if you take one little shot.
I would rather not. I'm trying to be a responsible adult.
Since when?
I don't know. Fucking since I was like 13.
This hat is making my head itch.
That's why I don't wear hats. They make my head itch. Like, if you ever see me wear a beanie, I'll just randomly take it off and violently scratch my head and then put it back on.
See, my issue is I knew I was going to wear this and I put makeup on my forehead anyways.
And now there's makeup on the brim of your hat.
I know, it's really pissing me off.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Sorry.
I was trying to think of things to talk about last night. Well, I was originally thinking, like, what should we do? Because I assumed Dustin was going to be on. And he has an interesting, like, family life style.
That'd be kind of fun to have him talk about, actually.
Well, I was gonna bring up the subject of, like, talking about siblings and, like, core memories or, like, mean shit your siblings done to you or vice versa. And I feel like you have a lot of stories of this.
Well, one thing I think is funny about Dustin, I'm not going to go into his background because that's not my place, but...
Dustin's Zoe's boyfriend, by the way.
Yeah. So, one thing that he, like, will do, his mom... So, basically, I don't know how to go into this without, like...
Isn't it, like, a kind of a big, like, adopted family life?
Yeah, so he was
but, like,
pretty much
dynamic.
Taken in by his cousin.
Okay.
He can explain that later if he wants to.
Yeah.
So his mom, she, like, will randomly think of stories and just tell them to me. He's like, yeah, one time my mom was taking a nap and I think he was trying to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and he accidentally cut his hand open with a butter knife and then hysterically cried for like an hour and then fell asleep on the floor. So that's a story from, like, his childhood. So, like, we'll just be talking about something random, and he'll be like, yeah, I remember this time, and, like, bring up a story from his childhood, because he doesn't talk about it that often.
Yeah.
He'll tell me stories about, like, his siblings or, you know, his parents and everything, but, like, sometimes he'll talk about, like, his mom, and, like, that's one of them where she was taking a nap, and he was hungry, so he was, like, I think he said he was, like, 6 or 7, maybe 5, but he was making himself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and he cut his hand. And it probably wasn't, like, sliced open, just, like, a little cut, you know. And he cried hysterically for an hour and then fell asleep on the kitchen floor.
That's fucking funny.
Or...
My mom did something similar to that.
Another one he told me, he always said that him and his mom would go, like, walk around. Like, she was always out doing stuff, like, in the, like, country. So she would walk around barefoot everywhere.
Okay.
That's, like, one of the things that always gets brought up is how his mom was always barefoot. And I think it's really cute. And so he was like, one time we were walking across, like, this bridge and a train started coming. So they jumped off the bridge into the water.
Okay.
I can't.
What is this Bridge of Terabithia shit?
He has to be the one to explain it because it makes more sense coming from him. Or I just think it's cute because he doesn't talk about it a lot. And so randomly he'll just remember, like, a piece of his childhood that he's like, oh, this happened. And
it's like the most random.
So random. Like, and then we were walking past somewhere once and you know those, like, big seashells, like the abalone shells? I think we were walking past, like, this little flea market and they had those big seashells and they put, like, soil into it and they had a bunch of succulents growing out of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And he's like, my mom used to make stuff like this. So he has cool stories. And then
it's like parts of his brain are getting unlocked as time goes.
Yeah, he has a lot of siblings. I have to count because I can't do it off the top of my head. So it's him, Peyton, Chelsea. Okay, wait, no. Him, Peyton, Chelsea, Ben, Hannah, Max, Hudson, Addie. There's 8 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, he's got a big family.
And I want to kill myself just having 2. Flashbacks. Anyway.
Yeah, so that would be fun to have him on here and talk about his family.
What stories you got about your relationship with your siblings of just like growing up either doing mean shit or them doing mean shit to you?
I could get into mean stories too, but I have a funny story.
Oh.
Ah!
All right.
Sorry.
I'm going to cut that and go. Just make that your ringtone.
Sorry, me pulling my shorts out of my ass. Excuse me.
Don't look at my ass. I tell girls that at bars all the time.
So one story I have. Were you?
Probably.
We were friends. We were friends at this point still. Do you remember when I had gum surgery? I think it was my sophomore year.
I mean, I remember it, but I was also like 55 years ago. So.
So, if you don't know me, I have really bad teeth. Like I did not take care of my teeth when I was a kid, so that also plays into it. I do now. That's also why I always say brush your teeth.
Amongst other stories from last episode.
Yeah. So I did not take care of my teeth very well when I was a kid, and just on top of having awful genetics, I have had the crookedest teeth. I've had spacers. I've had braces. I've had gum surgery. So when I was like 15, I think I was a sophomore, probably 15, 16, my bottom gums were receding.
Okay.
Pretty bad. So they took a graft from the roof of my mouth and they put it right here.
Interesting.
And so it's a pretty intense surgery. So they told me we could either split it up into 2, and we didn't know how bad it was until I did it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, just do it all at once. Get it over with. Right. That way I don't have to recover and then go back and do it again. Smart idea and awful idea because A, was not prepared, but B, glad I got it over with.
Yeah.
So this was at the time. So my dad has, my whole family is very interesting the way that it's lined up. So my mom's side, she has her biological father, who I've never met, and then the parents that raised her, which is my grandpa and my grandma, John and Dolly. I never met her bio dad.
Love them. My
dad's side of the family has my grandpa Steve and my dad's mom, who were together, but they ended up getting divorced, I think. I think they were married. Mm-hmm. So they weren't together anymore, and then Grandpa Steve remarried to Jonna.
Okay.
And so, at the time, my grandma Jonna was sick, and so she passed away during this time. And it's not funny. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the story that I'm about to tell.
You can laugh at whatever you want. It's your story.
No, I'm not going to laugh at my grandma passing away. That's awful.
Why'd you laugh?
So my grandma Jonna had passed away during this time that I was having the surgery. And so my grandpa lives up in Fairfield, and it was the day before I was supposed to be getting my stitches out of my gums. And keep in mind, I couldn't bite into food for a whole month. I could only eat solids for 3 weeks. It was like a
Why are you complaining about when you got your tongue pierced then? You should have been pro with that.
Because I didn't eat anything before I got my tongue pierced, so I was just like starving.
You weren't prepared?
I was not prepared.
A month long?
Yeah.
Sort of liquid-only diet?
Damn near. It was like bananas and applesauce for like 2 weeks. And then when I could eat food, I had to like cut it up into little 4s and like shove it in the back of my mouth. Anyways, so it was the day before I was getting my stitches out, and we had the funeral for my grandma. And so we were driving up to Fairfield, and my mom and dad stopped at a gas station. And at the gas station, for some reason, across the street, there was a giant field of sunflowers.
Okay.
And so keep in mind, I just had the surgery, super expensive surgery, and very sensitive mouth. Like, one wrong move, I would have to redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
So my sisters and I were like, we see the sunflowers, and we're in our dresses in all black in the sun, and we're like, let's go take a picture with the sunflowers.
I feel like I remember those pictures.
I feel like I could find it. So we're like, let's go take a picture. So we run across the street, and all you hear is my dad as we're running away. No, don't do that, girls. Come on. And then my mom just goes, be careful. And then to get to the sunflowers, there's like this little divot of like a water stream and the dirt. It's not very far. Okay. It's not like a huge jump, but you have to like kind of leap over it so you don't step in the water. So my sisters jump across no problem, and me, having barely fully recovered from the surgery, I'm like, I can do it too. So I leap over, and you hear from my mom from like across the street, her mouth, careful, your mouth, don't fall. Like, because it was very traumatizing coming out of the surgery. Yeah, that's a whole other story in itself. So we're jumping across just to get a picture with the sunflowers, and then later that day we go to the funeral, yada yada yada. And they weren't my cousins, I don't know, they were like family friends. I think it was,
they were like your non-blood relative cousins type thing.
I think so. Yeah. I don't see them. I haven't seen them in years. Yeah. Anyways, so they were there. I think this was like my first or second time meeting them. Oh. And one of them, I'm pretty sure he has autism. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Put that out there. He's a bigger dude, like big man, tall, like strong,
gentle green giant type.
Kinda. Okay. So they were all sitting there with their feet in the pool, and my sisters, of course being the sisters that they are like telling him, they were like, push Zoe in, completely joking. This man, keep in mind, I'm 15, I'm tiny. He takes it to heart. I'm trying to find this picture. He takes it to heart. Shoves me. I went flying into the pool. My face smacked into the water. And keep in mind, I was just walking over to the pool to go sit down next to my mom and put my feet in the water.
Come up with a bunch of blood in your mouth? Oh, no.
Yeah, so I go flying into the water, and I smack my face. And, of course, the first thing, like, nothing else in my body hurts. But the first thing I do is I go touch my mouth because I'm like, oh my God, that did not just happen. I stick my hand in my gums and I pull my hand out covered in blood.
Oh, no.
So my mom was pissed. So immediately she was like, get in the car. And I thought she was mad at me because she was like yelling at us while we were walking. So we say goodbye to my grandpa. I'm like crying because I'm stressed out thinking, oh my God, I just ripped my stitches out of my mouth. Like, this is not good. This is not good. Whatever. So my mom, we get in the car and she immediately starts screaming at my sisters. Why would you do that? Why would you tell him to push her in like that? She just had a effing surgery on her mouth. Are you fucking kidding me? If you ruin this surgery, you're gonna pay for it. Like, screaming at them because what the fuck? Yeah. Like, and they didn't know it was like he was actually gonna launch me into the pool. But it was really bad. Like, my stitches were fine. Like, literally, I go to the doctor the next day to see if I can get my stitches out, whatever. The surgeon literally looks at me and we told her what happened, and she goes, if you would have smacked your face even a little bit harder, she's like, this whole thing would have been ruined and you would have had to go through it all over again. Yikes. So to put into perspective how bad this surgery was and how hard of a recovery, I had to be put under. I was under anesthesia, so I was knocked out. Yeah. I come out. I can't talk because of how swollen my mouth was. And the first thing I do, they like told me to put my headphones in to listen to music. So the first thing I do when I get out of surgery, I pick up my phone and I go to the camera to see if my face is swollen. It's covered in blood. So what do? I start hysterically crying. Oh. And because it's terrifying, like, you come out of anesthesia and your face is covered in blood and your mouth hurts. Like, Joker. What just happened? So I'm like, what the hell? And so I'm hysterically crying, and my mom had to take my phone away so I didn't look at myself anymore while they're trying to clean up my mouth. And they're like, don't cry. They're like trying to calm me down. Yeah. And they're like, don't cry, it's okay, like, you're gonna rip your stitches. And then that's not making anything better, so I'm crying even harder while they're saying, like, you're gonna rip your stitches. It was really bad. I cannot find this picture for the life of me.
I think you posted on the gram We probably have an archive. Might be easier to scroll through. That's intense. I don't remember the surgery. I don't know if we chatted all that often back in those days.
We were definitely friends, but it wasn't like a chat every day.
Yeah.
I went through my Instagram, so maybe I archived a bunch of stuff from high school, so that's probably what I did.
We chatted a lot when we met, and then I went to high school. And then the year you came in is the year I went to a different high school. And then when I came back, I think you were there. Were you there sophomore year, Granite Bay?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were only there like a year, but I don't know.
That was the last year that I was there. Oh, I found it.
Oh, yeah. Little baby Zoe.
You want me to send it to you so you can insert the clip?
Sure. Since we took 45 minutes to try to find it.
I'm going to see if I can find a picture or something. I didn't crop it, so you might have to crop it.
You didn't take a picture of you and just got a random notification from someone I haven't talked to in a long time. You didn't take a picture of your fucking swollen ass bloody face?
No, because I just had opened the camera app and then they like took my phone away immediately. But I have videos of me after the surgery and like you can see the swollenness.
I love that for you.
So that was, when was this? September 9th. So it was right before my birthday.
Literally 2 days before your birthday. That sucks.
I remember so my friend Nicole, the one that's getting married, I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago. The one whose wedding I'm in. She is such a good friend. She came and stayed with me every single day while I was laying on the couch, and she would even do salt water with me because I had to do saltwater rinses. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Love Nicole.
She's such a good friend. I like literally that whole summer. We hung out every summer, anyways.
Well, it's cool because she lives like across the street, literally like.
This is us doing our saltwater rinses.
Oh, these are hella old.
I couldn't even spit, so it just had to fall out of my mouth.
Who's all those in the background?
Lacey, my mom and my dad.
Oh. She looks hella young.
I'm doing saltwater with Nicole because...
That's funny.
Yeah, let me see. I think...
Damn, that's crazy of memories. That's the cool thing about Snapchat, I think, it's just like...
You can kind of see the swelling in my face right in here.
A little bit, but it's not that bad.
I couldn't smile.
You still can't.
This is me with my saltwater rinses.
She has to lay downstairs.
I think that's all I really have.
She was like, what, maybe like 100 feet away from your house?
Yeah, like less than a minute. But yeah, this whole time, like everything
I
here,
remember that selfie.
I couldn't eat anything. So like this solid month, like Nicole would come and hang out with me because I couldn't eat anything. So it was like literally applesauce and bananas. I feel like I had more.
Plus, you couldn't be unleashed on the world, so.
Yeah, Nicole would like come spend time with me a lot, like during periods like this. Like when I got my foot run over and I couldn't do anything for a few days. I have a video of her bringing in blankets because I was downstairs. Nicole always came and hung out with me. What a good friend. I was sanding down furniture and she would come hang out with me. Like we've been friends for 20 years, Nicole and I. We've met when we were 3. So yeah. When did I get my foot run over?
Shit, I don't know.
It was
2018, maybe?
2017. Let me see. Yeah, so like I got my foot run over when I worked at Chick-fil-A. And again, I was on bed rest for a couple days because I couldn't move.
I never thought like, I mean, yeah, it'll hurt, but like, it's like, you know, someone running over your foot's quick. Your foot was fucking black. Like, I thought we were going to have to amputate it for a long time.
It was really
so you
bad.
would just send me a photo of your fucking foot, and it was the size of my head and purple and black. Guess who's on crutches?
Guess who just got her foot right over at work. I posted that like a post when it came up a couple years ago, and my old coworker was like, "Girl, what happened at Brock?" Because I was working at Brockway. It was my old receptionist Leslie, and I was like, "That was from a couple years ago." And she's like, "Oh my god, I thought you got it ran over in the Safeway parking lot." Here's Nicole bringing down blankets. See, what a good little friend.
She's so young in that.
I know, isn't it wild? Here, this is, yeah. My foot was black and blue.
It's fucking heat. Holy shit! Yeah, I remember that. It's beautiful.
Here, I'll send you.
Like literally from like the end of your toes all the way to your ankle. It's just.
It was black and blue. It was the worst. Like, I went to my prom or whatever, my high school dance on crutches. My poor prom date. His name was Mark.
Oh yeah, he was on crutches. I remember that post.
Literally, he was trying to help me walk because I was trying to get off my crutches at this point. I could put more pressure on my heel, but. One of the days for twin week, my friend Xander was my twin. So this man, we wore black and white, and I popped out my lenses, and he literally put on one black shoe and brought crutches to school for me.
It gives me like the first season of 13 Reasons vibe. Somewhere they had the dance, and her foot was broke or something.
Yeah.
And they danced. How cute.
Yeah, that was...
It's weird seeing yourself age now that we're going through your Snapchat memories.
It's so weird. I, literally just got back from Mexico.
Avocados from Mexico.
Yeah. It was... What an odd time.
How do you get your foot ran over?
I worked at Chick-fil-A all of high school for, 4 or 5 years.
Just watch where you put your feet.
And the way I was standing... I worked in the drive-thru at the time because the Chick-fil-A I worked at, it was set up where drive-thru and inside were separate. So if you were drive-thru, you were just drive-thru. So I was standing there, and I was standing a little closer to the car than I probably should have. And the girl, because I couldn't hear her, and so...
You good?
I'll stir up a little bit. The lady that I was taking the order of, what if she finds this and is like, that was me?
So sorry.
The lady I was taking the order of,
I was just coming on the podcast.
I was standing in her car, and I had my feet positioned kind of
staggered.
And so my right foot was the one that got run over. It was by the car.
And I was like, it's your driving foot, but were you even driving back then?
No.
Yeah.
So I was leaning. I had my foot right there, and I think I stepped in closer to the car to look over the car and tell the other person that I was gonna send the car. And so I think she misheard me and thought I said, "You can go." So she went and right over my foot.
So if you ran over some girl's foot in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru 4 to 5 years ago, hit me up. Let's have you on.
We'd love to chat. She was she felt so bad. They ended up, she pulled off. She didn't even get her food. So my manager or the lead ended up bringing out her food and was like, "Here you go." And it was, my mom works for Chick-fil-A, so she was my boss at the time.
Was she there?
She wasn't even working. So we had to call her and tell her, "Hey, I got my foot run over." And one of the guys that's actually there now, he's a lead now. It was his first day working without a trainer.
Okay.
So he was
really cut loose.
Yeah, but I had known him from Bayside prior.
Yeah.
And so this poor lady was sitting there with me, and her daughter was with her. And so they were sitting there outside of the Chick-fil-A with me in the outside tables, and they felt really bad. But she was I think everybody was like, "Are you going to sue her?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going to sue her. I got workman's comp. It was fine. I was fine. Nothing broke." The doctor said that they were surprised my foot didn't break. And it's okay now. I think we were
talking about that the other day. I'm like, I could have my foot ran over. I think I'd be fine.
It's not a fun feeling. It's really not. But now I'm known as the Chick-fil-A worker that got her foot run over there, because they use it for all the new employees when they're training. They say, "Watch your feet when you're in the drive-thru." Of course.
You're the reason why they have safety videos.
Literally, I'm they started really getting on people about their safety harnesses after that.
I guess it pays to be the boss's daughter.
Yeah. And
well, it doesn't pay you, but
No, it
his
was
future employees.
It was bad. That was a weird time in life. And it's funny because, like, I went to this school called, can I say it?
If you want.
It's called John Adams Academy. I hated it there. Anyway, so I was there during the time. It was my junior year, the only year I went. And I was already having a very hard time at that school as it was from being...
Were you homeschooled senior year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was being bullied at the school. And the reason I left Granite Bay High School was because I was being bullied at Granite Bay. Funny enough.
Zoe would have told me. I would have bust some heads.
I didn't tell anybody.
Should have told me. I would have went to prison.
It amazes me how many people really didn't know in my close friend group that I was being, like, very badly bullied.
Oh, well, you and I also didn't chat a lot that then.
Yeah,
like,
but still.
I was moving around a lot.
But, yeah, so I was at that school, and so they had elevators because it's an old college. It's a very small college, but they took it over and turned it into a high school and middle school. And so I had to take the elevator, obviously, to get upstairs because I was an upperclassman and all their classes were upstairs. So I, like, knew all of the sophomores and freshmen, and everybody would, like, ask me, what happened, obviously. And so about a month ago, I was out at Owl Club. I think it was the night I was with you and Lauren and Kara. And some dude comes up to me. First of all, hella people recognize me.
Dude, that same night, same.
That night, it was
weird. I had like 4 coworkers come up to me. I'm like, why now?
There were so many people. So one dude comes up to me, and he was like...
It wasn't even popular either. Like, the time we got in, and the amount of people that recognized us, it was like kind of dead.
It was so
many people came up to us.
Weird. So the dude comes up to me, and he's like, is your name Zoe? And I was like, yeah. I did not recognize this kid at all.
We're like, what, are you listening to the podcast?
He was younger than me too, so first of all, he grew up, so I haven't seen him in years.
Right.
So last time I saw him, he was like a little boy.
Little boy.
And so he's like, we went to John Adams together, and I was like, we did? And he's like, yeah, you were friends with so-and-so. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, what was your name again? He's like, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, I remember you. And he's like, yeah, I remember when you got your foot run over. I used to make fun of you. And I was like, but I remember him not like making fun of me, like actually bullying me, but he used to like make jokes and, you know, like typical teenage boy stuff. But I remember when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, because he used to sit with my friend group at lunch. I'm like, yeah.
You ring a bell.
Oh my lord, hold on.
Uh-oh, what now?
I just have to reply. I'm so popular.
It's because you're famous on a podcast now. Did you just text me?
No.
Text me. Oh, you sent me the picture of your foot.
Anyways, I feel like all I've done is talk. Anything else you want to add?
Roping back to stories of siblings, I don't remember a lot. I get told often that one time, it's probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4, I put chewing gum in my sister's hair and stuck it to her headboard. I don't remember that at all. That's like the only, like, I'm sure like if you asked my sister, she would talk about a daily thing for the past 24 years. She's like, well, it all started when you were born. That was the fucking worst day of my life. And yeah, weird stories with that one. One time, I don't know why, I think she like broke one of her laptops, and we were like recovering files off of it, and we found like a paper she wrote her junior year in high school, which I don't remember. I don't know if you remember you writing papers in high school, but they were probably made sense a little bit academically. She wrote this paper where she goes like, my brother makes me depressed. He goes through my underwear drawer and steals my iPod, which wasn't true. I had my own shit, but like the way she would write it is such a like a second grade level literature wise. Just, my brother makes me depressed. he always messes with me, period. Like, really lackluster sentences. I go, I haven't let that go yet. I probably never will. So, like, me and my mother will joke, like, you make me depressed.
You go in my underwear drawer and steal my iPod.
This is like back in the day when I had my own iPhone.
Who's that?
Remember Tanner Hayes?
Yeah.
Tall dude that was balding, like, early years of high school. He lives in, I think, Georgia. And he said, let me join. I chat with him on occasion. Come visit.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Good question. Anything you want to talk about? You want to talk about your recent lotto winnings or anything?
I don't have any recent lotto winnings. Christian's so annoying. Before we even started recording.
It's a weird sentence to start with.
Before we started recording, he's like, we can talk about your situationships. I'm like,
sometimes
what do you...
I just like to say shit to like get you all worked up.
As if I'm not in a relationship. It's fine.
Yeah, but like past, not the current. And you go, Dustin? I go, that's not a situationship, you little girl. I'm not a boy, I'm a girl.
I'm a girl.
Have you started watching The Bear yet? Amongst our past.
Cut the cameras.
I started How I Met Your Mother. I'm probably halfway through the series already.
No, I do need to start because sometimes I've just been going through a thing where I either sit down and watch like one series and actually watch it, or I'll watch a few movies and I'll throw on like old Disney shows and then I'll just like...
You literally been doing a marathon of every Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, and I finished.
So now you got all kinds of free mental capacity and time.
Well, I watched the first Venom and I was trying to watch Carnage, but...
Oh, I guess there's two.
There's two.
All right, stop yelling at me. You just like Tom Hardy.
I love Tom Hardy.
You just like it because he's British.
I just think he's hot. Sorry, Dustin.
I
want to look up what Venom Let There Be Carnage is on. Do you want to?
Probably on HBO Stars.
Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Could have just said 2.
No.
Yeah. Go stream. Do you want it? I could get it for you. If it's not streamable.
Is it on Netflix?
No.
I'm looking. I don't believe you.
It's a Sony movie.
No, but I do need to start it. I need to start The Bear because I've just been like, I
feel like you're not watching it out of spite.
No. Like sometimes I just have this thing where I will like just throw in a random show just for shits and giggles. So I just randomly put on, I want to watch Morbius next.
That movie was not good.
I've seen it.
It was.
I
really
want to watch. Or I started just randomly throwing on Sweet Life on deck, and I watch it while I get ready.
Ever tell you the story of like I have like a big extended family. Like my parents are been best friends with like pretty much like my secondary family is like a big Mexican family.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to one of my, I guess you could call her cousins. I don't really call her my cousin, but whatever. She's like maybe 13 or 14. I was chatting with her. And I was trying to tell her the story of like years ago. Because like her mom used to be like that super like get drunk and party girl like a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like trying to hound her daughter. I'm like, don't let her fool you. She thought I was famous like a decade ago. Like I said, like I think it was like New Year's 2013. She came up to me. She goes, "Are you famous? I swear I see you on shows all the time." I go, "Not that I'm aware of." I'm like fucking. It's like the time I had like longish, super blonde hair, and I didn't realize it till way later. She thought I was fucking Dylan Cool Sprouts from Zack and Cody. She's drunk as fucking shit. She's like, you know, on a show on Disney. Anyway, and I'm trying to tell the story to her now daughter a decade later. She goes, I don't know what that is. I'm like, you don't know what Zach and Cody, like Sweet Life or Life on Deck or whatever? She's like, no. I'm like, do you know who Dylan and Cole Sprouts are? She's like, no. I'm like, you ever seen Riverdale?
I was gonna say.
She's like,
say Riverdale,
no.
Jughead.
I'm like, you made me grow 20 extra gray hairs just in this conversation. Like, I'm not that old.
This little white patch turns into an apple.
Yeah, it just grows in length at times. I'm like, how do you not, like, that was such a staple in our childhood, those shows.
That's
And now they're like, I know Coco Melon and Peppa Pig. Like, whatever, dude. Get a life. You got homework to do.
I just looked up Venom.
What's it hosted on?
Hulu, but
Do you not have Hulu?
no. I canceled it for a little bit.
I thought you had 2 and you canceled 1.
I think
I thought you had 1 and your mom had 1.
I thought so I canceled mine so I could use hers, and now I can't get into hers.
And then she's like, oh, I canceled mine so I can get into yours.
Let me see if I can log into hers.
I could just download it for you.
Could you? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I guess we should wrap it up.
Probably.
You have any last thoughts?
No.
Last hexes you want to cast on people?
Let me see if I can log into my mom's Hulu really quick.
Make sure to share the password. I think Hulu recently had a data breach of passwords. I got a notification of that recently.
Not working.
Netflix had a data breach, I don't know, sometime last year, and like a bunch of user account info got leaked. And I was trying to tell my father to reset the password, I don't know, 20 times, because every time I would log into Netflix on my account, all my subtitles would be changed to Indonesian, and it would be watching some weird ass shit and not the English language. And he didn't believe me. I said, go look at my like recently watched and tell me if it's anything I would watch. And it's all shit you probably can't normally find.
I can't get in.
That's alright, I'll download it for you. Anyway.
Can I send you a list of movies that I want?
You can do that right now.
Well, I'd have to go through.
Well, you do that right now after the cast.
Okay. Alright,
well, brush your teeth.
Hey! That's my fucking thing.
That's my thing.
Don't you ever. I'm never coming back here again.
Okay.
Friendship over.
You said my line. We're done.
What the fuck, dude?
Go ahead.
Ooh, look at my hair.
Looks so good. Looks kind of glazed.
I fucking hate you. Brush your teeth. Don't forget to floss and use mouthwash.
Have mouth surgery all at the same time.
Get your foot run over.
Get your foot run over. Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs.
Do heroin.
Don't do specifically heroin just because Zoe said it. What are you pulling out?
Little hair tie.
Why is it in such a cute little baggie?
When I order my jewelry off Amazon, it comes in these little bags. So I save them for stuff like this.
Weird.
And my heroin.
Okay, anyway.
I'm kidding.
I hope cops find you after this podcast.
They're like waiting outside your house.
Yeah, they're like, is your name Zoe Ziegler? You go, no, she's upstairs.
My name's
She's wearing
Christian
orange shorts.
I've recently become a man.
You're like, no.
My
He's
name's
upstairs.
Haji Ziegler.
Get your mom arrested. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate us. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Apple
Pornhub.
Music. Pornhub?
Soon.
No.
That'll be our outtakes.
Yeah, but you filthy bitches, don't forget to brush your teeth. Most important.
Yeah. Specifically, though, don't forget.
Maybe if we get uber famous one day, we can have Chris Clemens on here.
Who the fuck is that?
You know who he is.
Chris Clemens?
He was on the most recent 2 Hot Takes, the last couple ones.
I haven't watched it, actually.
You need to listen because he's fucking funny.
I'll probably listen.
He was like a big YouTuber, like when YouTube was getting really big, and one of the originals. He was also... Yeah.
I'll probably listen at work today. Anyway.
For all you prepubescent teens, if you have braces, take care of your gums.
If you think you brushed your teeth recently, go brush them again.
Brush them 5 times a day.
Brush them till they bleed.
Just don't have teeth.
Dentures. Easy.
Get rid of them.
Never chew food again. Go on a liquid-only diet.
Just die.
Don't drink Dr. Pepper. Only water.
That's blasphemous.
Blasphemous.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Goodbye forever. Till next week. Did you know Ryan's keto?